is going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew here, man. Listen, I want to give you guys a crazy overreaction show, right? Like, I want to be outraged that we just got beat 33-10. I want to be completely pissed off that in the last 2 games we've let up 74 points. But I'm not. I mean, what did we honestly expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, where was this team supposed to come in and be competitive this week? With all the injuries that we've sustained, with all of the losses that we had during the game, the losses that we had after the game. I mean, we're hearing now that Jimmy Ward is done for the season. We're talking about Joe Staley possibly done for the season. Where do we start and how do we overreact? That's the thing. So it's one thing to react, right? We're a bad team. We're aware of that. We all know the 49ers aren't a good team, right? But how do you overreact? Where do you see or where do you hear that a team is possibly, you know, worse than what you expect? Do we expect them to be anything better? What's going on, Slacks? No, everyone seems to be busy today or something. I don't really know, but I'm going to bring it to you guys anyway. I'm going to rock out with you. Yeah, man. Seems like Ward might have broken his forearm, so it seems like he's done for the season. I don't know if anything is going to come from that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why what is happening right now? I'm sorry, my screen just went black. I think I'm still live. I apologize for that. You guys still there? Can you guys still hear me? Mic check, mic check. All right, so I believe I'm still live. I'm going to keep rocking. But yeah, it seems like he's done for the season. Seems like we might have lost Joe Staley for some time. Now, I don't know what Staley's injury is, but I did see the cut under his eye. Solomon Thomas might be done for some time, if not for the season. So we gotta really step back and see what's going on. You know what I mean? I want to get some fans on today, though. That's what I want to do right now. I want to see if anybody wants to join in. If there's anybody who wants to hop on, you guys let me know. I can send you a private message, and we can get you onto the show with us today. I want to know how fans feel. First of all, did anybody out there actually pick the 49ers to win this game? I'm as loyal as the next man. You know what I mean? Niners are my squad. But I didn't pick us to win this game. I didn't expect us to go into Philly being the hottest team in the NFC. And for the first time in a long time, you see a team with the best record in the conference, and you actually believe that they're the best team in the conference. This wasn't a fake 6-1 team that we were going up against. That defense is stout. They're sound. You know what I mean? That offense is firing on all cylinders, man. Carson Wentz is wheeling and dealing week in and week out. No one expected us to go in there with a backup rookie quarterback, losing our right tackle, already knowing that our offensive line was weak, injuries all over that defensive front. We don't even know who our corner was going to be. Akello Witherspoon got to start today. And by the way, he played pretty well. Akello Witherspoon played damn well today. But all of that going on, who in their right mind could have possibly picked the 49ers to beat the Eagles this game? You get what I'm saying? So you got us winning every game until we lose. Listen, man, no, I hope we win every game until it's too late, until we lose. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm picking us to win. If you got money on the line, bro, you're not picking the Niners to win any games anytime soon. Maybe next week against the Cardinals. Maybe next week when we finally get back home, we have a chance of beating the Cardinals. You know what I mean? But other than that, what else are we going to do? You know what I mean? The Giants might be a team that we have a chance of beating. But for the most part, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? Slacks, man, what's your I don't remember how we sent you a message before to get you on here. Let me see something. That's crazy. I can put you in timeout. That's nuts. I didn't know that. That was an option on here. I'm not worried about bringing other people in right now because this is going to be recorded. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where I can get you this Oh, you did do it on Twitter. All right. So let me get this link for you here, and I'll shoot you this invite on Twitter. Okay. You guys, bear with me. Give me a second. All right. Apologize about this little delay here. That's what happens when you fly in solo. So bear with me. All right. So I got my link here. I'm gonna shoot this over to you on Twitter, and we'll get you this link. You can come in and you can talk today. I would love to get the thoughts of somebody who really thought the 49ers were going to win this game. I want to know how you thought the Niners were going to win this game. Not just, oh, I hope we win or anything like that. I can't wait to find out how you thought it was possible for the 49ers to come out victorious in this game, because I just didn't see it, bro. All right, so let me see here. I'm going through Twitter. Got to find these DMs. Where you at, Slack? I don't see you on here. Oh, went too far. Now, you were on a couple of weeks ago. That's not you. That's not you. Let me see here. Is that you right there? What's the Twitter handle, partner? Let me know what your Twitter handle is. Make sure I'm sending this to the right person. Sad season. I know we're rebuilding, but it's still hard to watch games like this. Exactly. Exactly, man. Like it's rough. It's hard to watch games like this when we're getting dominated in the fashion that we were. I got some questions. I can't wait to get Slacks on here, man, because I got some questions. I want to get someone else's opinion on this. I'm going to hold on to my thoughts real quick. I want to try to make sure I can get his Twitter handle, and we're going to go from there. But David Lopez, you were absolutely right, man. It's hard to watch one-sided games like this, especially when you know they're going to be one-sided like this. You just know it. All right, you said you just sent us a tweet. Let me pull that up real quick. Close this. Go to my mentions. There it is. All right. Expect that DM to be coming through soon. Here we go. All right, I see you. Send a message. Boom. All right, guys. Slack should be joining us any second now. Turn my volume back on so I can hear him when he jumps in here. So this week was rough, man. Dave, did you expect the Niners to win this game? What games looking forward do you expect the 49ers to have a chance in, to be competitive in? You know what I mean? Ryan, what's going on? We need an O-line. Are there any good free agents or trades? Next year, there will be some good linemen that are available. But absolutely, offensive linemen are a need. I think there's some other needs, maybe even bigger than that. I don't know. Cardinals, we could win. Yeah, I feel you on there. Defense played well, even though the score would say they didn't. You're right. Absolutely. Giants and Cardinals are the only two teams I got us beating from here on out. What's going on, Slack? I hear you, baby. How you doing, man?
Yeah.
There you go. I hear you, man. What's going on? So listen, partner. I need you to tell me your thoughts on this game. Like, be as honest and as blunt as you possibly want to be, because I wasn't feeling this game at all.
I think you have a very loose understanding about what I said on the in the chat room when I said I'm going, saying we're going to win. I mean, like, we go in there. I go in there like with a positive mind state that we're going to win this game. We have a chance on winning this game. It's more like, you know, looking at the positive of the previous week, hoping it excels in next week, and hopefully we can pull off a win. Of course, okay. If I had to put money down, I wouldn't put it on the damn Niners to beat the Eagles. Not at all. But it's kind of hard for me, unless something just completely ridiculous. It's kind of hard for me to speak negative on my team because I look at the positive. So this week, I see we have far more less penalties. I see the defense stepped way the hell up. But then the biggest elephant in the room is that fucking offensive line. That pissed me off the worst. I'm an offensive line guy. Like, when the offensive line is bad, that makes me irritated more than anything else. To me, that's the last thing I ever want to be bad. I can tolerate anything else but a bad offensive line, because that's where it starts, period. when the offensive line collapses, it shows like no hope for the offense, period. If you have a great offensive line and a mediocre quarterback, rather than a decent quarterback and a terrible one, that's what got on my nerves. Seeing how fucking when Staley went down, whoever replaced him, I forgot the cat's name. Whoever replaced him,
same Beatles.
Bills. When he fucking came in, whoever was on the fucking end, they would just walk right by him. He would get one hand on the shoulder, they would just cruise by him. CJ had 1.2 seconds in the pocket. We had 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That's what was irritating me. That's what made me throw some shit across the room.
Yeah.
Knowing that we can't run the ball due to the offensive line, therefore there's no play action, no nothing like that. How many times do we even run the ball today?
Carlos Hyde had 12 attempts for 25 yards. I'm not sure about Matt Breida, but I do remember Carlos Hyde's numbers. I can look those up while you're talking, though.
Doing crazy shit like screens at the 1 yard line. It's just shit that just doesn't make sense anymore. And CJ's he's fighting everything, every single play he's fighting. He's fighting for whatever he can get. But
let's talk about CJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying let's talk about CJ. How did you feel about CJ Beathard this game? Honestly, I know you're saying you're looking for the positives and stuff like that, but come on, man, be real. And I'll tell you straight up, I was looking for Brian Hoyer to come back in at halftime, bro. CJ Beathard,
seriously?
Yes, 100% serious. See, the defense was playing good enough where we should have been able to move the ball at least a little bit. CJ Beathard was getting sacked from directly in front of him and not moving. I understand the offensive line is bad, but bro, you got to see that. Throw the ball away. Move. He was standing stationary and getting sacked from over Daniel Kilgore, the center. He wasn't moving at all. Like you can't just stand there and do that. He was throwing passes behind people, over people's shoulders. There was 2 third-down drops. One of them was Carlos Hyde. The other one was it Robinson? I believe it was Robinson, or maybe it was Goodwin. But it was third down drops. There were passes that touched their hands. Yeah, but these guys had to jump and spin backwards in the air to get the ball. And people were like, oh, well, they got their hands on the ball. They should have caught it. Come on, man. What does that have to do with how they got their hands on the ball? Like, there was a lot of really bad throws this game from CJ Beathard, man. It wasn't until the final 2 drives of the game where I was like, at least he's finally getting in a rhythm. But you can't sit there and play 45 plus minutes of a game and then start getting into a rhythm. You got to be in it earlier than that.
Let me get a clear understanding of what you're saying. So are you saying that you would have brought in Hoyer just to see if he can do better, even considering that Hoyer is half the man of what CJ is when it comes to handling pressure?
Hoyer.
Is that what you're saying? You want Hoyer in just to see what he can do?
Hoyer is a better quarterback than CJ Beathard. Yeah. CJ Beathard can take hits better than Hoyer. I don't want a quarterback to take hits. I want a quarterback to drop back and understand the situation. He's got to get the ball out quick. There were times in the game where CJ Beathard was so lethargic. He's dropping back like we got all day. Bro, your offensive line is beat up. Get through your 3 steps for this drop and deliver the fucking ball. He's standing there and he's like moving in slow motion. I'm flipping out, man. I'm like, yo, Brian Hoyer is a better quarterback than CJ Beathard is. Yes, I 100% believe that.
Been like 9 years, 11 years. I think he should be a better quarterback compared to a rookie.
Okay, so then why is this rookie in?
Because he showed better potential when he came in that Redskins game. That's the only reason. And he keeps his eyes on the field.
We were down 2 or 3 scores. They were in prevent defense, man. I know Hoyer is trash. I get that. But let me honestly, you would not rather watch us be competitive and lose than getting blown out like this? He's got 2 starts under his belt. And how many points did he put up in those 2 games? Come on, we weren't this bad. We were not this bad.
So you're saying Hoyer was a difference maker. He wasn't this bad.
Bro, we put up 20 points in 2 games, man. And I'm not saying that we would have won the game at all. I'm saying that we would have had better quarterbacking, just quarterbacking, if Brian Hoyer wasn't there.
I understand that. I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that you're saying that. But I don't think CJ is the sole purpose why the offense was so bad. And I don't think that Hoyer would have made that much bigger of a difference. Maybe as football IQ, when Hoyer came in, it would have been a better thing. But other than that, just no. I think Hoyer would have crumbled just as bad as CJ. He's nowhere in hell would be able to take those damn hits.
You're right.
He wouldn't have handled that shit in the pocket. He definitely wouldn't have scrambled the way CJ was. Now, if you would say just to keep CJ safe or prevent him from getting hurt. Throw in Hoyer when the game was at to the point of no return. Then yeah, I agree. But thinking that Hoyer's going to all of a sudden at least halfway keep us in the game, I disagree.
So here's my thing. Kyle Shanahan has been on the record saying that Brian Hoyer is the better quarterback in practice, right? He's been saying that all year long. Brian Hoyer is a better quarterback in practice. In practice. When he finally benched Brian Hoyer, they asked him, why did he do it if you said Hoyer's a better quarterback in practice? He said, to see if we can get a spark. How long are we going to see if this spark happens? How much longer are we going to wait to see if C.J. Beathard is the spark that we need?
See, we know this from like watching earlier in the season. Until we see that Beathard is the sole reason why it's bad, Shanahan is not going to blame him for the losses.
Never in football, no game is there ever just a quarterback that's the sole reason for a loss. It's never going to go to just one guy. Offensive lines, drops, defense, all that kind of stuff contributes to a loss. Everything contributes to a loss. You're never going to say, now we know it is just this guy. Brian Hoyer wasn't the only reason that we were losing games. Brian Hoyer wasn't the only reason he got benched. The team just looked flat with him at certain points in games, and that's why they put him in. This team looked worse than flat today, man. I was watching this game expecting 3 and outs. Expecting 3 and outs, dude. Like it was hard. It was really hard to watch this game today. Am I alone? You don't agree? You weren't watching this game and just like, man, like I hope the quarterback don't get killed when he dropped back here.
Oh yeah, when the offense was on the field, I was like that. I was excited as hell about the defense. When the offense was on the field, just like, oh, here we go. It's time to get 3-0. Just go ahead and punt the ball on first down. There's no point. Just punt the ball.
Yes, that's okay. At 100%, that's exactly how I felt. I'm watching the game, and I was very excited. Doozable had a hell of a game, man. I know I'm talking about the negatives right now. I'm gonna get to the positives, but I was very excited watching this young defense come together, man. I was hyped about the defense. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was really, really hyped about the defense. But my issue is that I'm sorry, hold on, call coming in. My issue was that I was just worried about how bad the offense was. I just couldn't get over that at all, man. Like it just, I don't know, man. I can't watch a game and sit here and say, all right, I'm ready for us to punt, or please, no one else get injured. I can't watch a game hoping for no injuries. I'm watching the offense hoping for production, and I had no faith that it was happening in this game at all.
Me neither. After the first few series, I agree with you completely. I just saw nothing going on, and like I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the fact that CJ had, like only had 2 weeks of first reps in practice, but he has like no chemistry with anybody. I have no idea why. He has no type of chemistry. George Kittle, they thought, oh, now Kittle has CJ Bernard. Oh, he's gonna have great chemistry. George Kittle had that one pass that he bobbled. I don't know what's going on. Well, we do know what's going on, but like the fact that something is not even sort of a rhythm going on offense, that's the part that's irritating. Like, but hey, but let me tell you this though.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what we look like today offensively? Let me tell you what we look like. We look like Alex Smith's rookie year. Our whole team looks like Alex Smith's rookie year. Defense has potential. The offensive line is a mess. Give you yards, but you can't really give you yards because of the line. And there's no chemistry with the receivers, and it's a first-year coach. That sounds exactly like Alex Smith rookie year.
Yeah, I could see you on that. Like that makes a lot of sense. And it was not just Alex Smith's rookie year. There was some other years when he had new head coach. That Singletary year with Alex Smith and Troy Smith, and then Alex Smith again, and then Troy Smith, and then O'Sullivan, and then Troy Smith again. But yeah, it seemed like there was just no chemistry going on, right? But that's my point, man. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this, man. And I really hope y'all don't take this the wrong way. I don't think we would have won this game even if Brian Hoyer was a quarterback, right? But when Brian Hoyer was in there, at least I felt like there was a chemistry or a rhythm to the game. There was drop passes, or Brian Hoyer would throw a bad pass. This just seems like every play is an individual practice play. It doesn't feel like there's a script or a rhythm to anything that we're seeing. And that's what makes this really hard to watch, man. And no, I see Ryan Hudson got a comment in here. He said, you seriously expected us to play well against the Eagles? No. I picked the Niners to lose this game. I expected us to lose by double-digit points. I expected it to be by 23 points, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the Eagles were well aware of this. There was bad weather, right? So you're not going to have this rookie quarterback throwing the ball all over the place. Stop the run, man. The Eagles made it a point to target Carlos Hyde and make sure that Breida was being contained. If we stop the run, force these dudes to throw, we know already that Beathard's inaccurate. He's been inaccurate since college. You know what I mean? Like, he's been inaccurate since his time in the NFL. And so we know he's not going to deliver the ball on time or on target. You stop the run, you stop the 49ers. And that's exactly what they did, man. The 49ers had 94 total rushing yards today. And those 94 yards came on where'd it go? I just had it here. Hold on. Those 94 yards came on how many attempts here? Boom. 24 attempts. So, I mean, it seemed like we were getting a good, run per carry, but I mean, it wasn't enough, man. And once the game gets out of hand at a certain score, you can't keep running the ball. As a matter of fact, that's when all the yards came, was at the end of the game when we should have been passing the ball. Kyle Shanahan was taking advantage of the soft the soft box that we were playing up against. You know what I mean? Once they stopped stacking the box, that's when he started running the ball, and you saw Breida getting his. And you saw Hyde chipping off ones for 11, 12 yards at a time. Yep. So
that happened last week too.
Yeah, it's exactly how it happens, man. It just seems like this offense is extremely flat with CJ. And I know this cat is a rookie, man. I know he's a rookie. But let's be honest. He's not our future. CJ Beathard's not going to be the guy to lead his team to glory. So why are we still playing him? Let everyone else get into a rhythm with Brian Hoyer because they look like they had a better rhythm with Brian Hoyer. You disagree with that?
I can agree, but I don't want to agree due to how the injuries come every damn week and due to the fact that 3 of our original starting offensive linemen went down. I'm not saying that they were excelling through the season, but they all went down and are out. And he played with literally the worst we had today. After Staley went out, he had the worst of the worst. Not excusing what shit happened last week, but I'm still saying he's not playing with what Hoyer had. That's what I'm frustrated about. People are just driving CJ in the ground. He's just pitiful or pathetic or something like that.
Yeah. You actually hit on something. You're right. The offensive line was definitely healthier when Hoyer was in there, and the defense was healthier when Hoyer was in there. You are 100% right. But here's something else we got to be honest about. Today's defensive effort the defense hasn't looked this good probably since I don't know, week 2, week 1.
Yeah, definitely early in the season.
This defense today, all right, let's stop talking about the negative. I'm gonna get off of it. Ryan Hudson had another comment here. Everyone hated Hoyer's guts about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, they did, man. And my thing with Brian Hoyer was the reason I was over Brian Hoyer and I wanted to see what CJ had is because I just wanted to know what the game plan around a young athletic quarterback was going to be. That's why I wanted to see CJ Beathard get in and get some carries. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see – I knew Brian Hoyer wasn't going to win us any games, but I felt like he was going to keep us in it. And I wanted to see if somebody else was going to get us over the top. You know what I mean? And so what game was it? It wasn't the Redskins game. I was at the Redskins game, and I didn't feel like Brian Hoyer should have been benched when he was benched in that game. However, there was a couple of weeks before that, and I was just like, man, Brian Hoyer, what are you doing, bro? Come on, man. Wake up. Come on, man. He was missing wide open people and all that stuff. Yes, I get all that. But that's happening with every quarterback. Oh, sure. My thing was I just wanted to see if we were going to get a spark. That's it. And I see now. Huh? But I see now that this spark, it's not it either. I feel like we should go back to what was giving us a little bit better results on the field. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not saying that Hoyer's the answer. We know he's not the answer. But if you want people to keep watching, man, you got to do something. Next week we actually have a shot at winning. Cardinals with Carson Palmer being out, but they coming off a bye week, right? The Cardinals not playing this week, so they might be well rested and ready to kill us on defense too. Let's talk about our defense today, though, man. Let me read what this comment says here. So playing him now gets him the experience he needs. There's David Lopez, man. There's no experience for CJ Beathard right now.
I disagree with that shit too.
He's living on his back, bro. I understand what you're saying. Get him the experience, but get him an offensive line so he can get real experience. Right now, the defense is dictating what plays we can call. The opposing team's defense is dictating what plays we can call. We can't call any 5-7 step drop plays right now. That offensive line is not good enough to do that.
No.
We have to do 3-step drops or be in shotgun, and even then you got to get rid of the ball quickly because they are in his lap from the moment he snaps the ball. With this, honestly, C.J. Beathard playing right now, nothing we are doing is helping his career. Absolutely nothing. We are shell-shocking this young man. And yeah, he's tough and he can stand there, he can deliver, he don't get rattled. That's cool, but we don't have to try to get this dude CTE his first season in here with us, man. Get him some protection. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Get him some protection, man. All we're going to do is injure this young man. And if we know Brian Hoyer's not going to be here beyond next year, let's put Brian Hoyer in there until we can get him some protection, man. I just don't see the point. I don't see the point in getting this young man killed right now. I don't see it. Ryan Hudson got a comment in here. He says, we need to give him one more game. Hoyer was playing crappy teams the first 5 weeks or other than Panthers. And now we have Beathard playing his first not good team, the Cards. We can win. All right. And that's fair. See, I get that. So we were playing against some less than good teams, right? Mm-hmm. With Brian Hoyer. I get that. Mm-hmm. I get that. But Brian Hoyer went toe-to-toe with the Rams, bro. And the Rams are for real. Now, that's not to say that the other teams weren't good either or were bad, but I get what you're saying. So let's see what he does against a bad team. All right. I like that. I think that's fair. Because I think I was the same guy who was saying that when we went against the Panthers defense in week 1, when we went against the Seahawks defense in week 2. You know what I mean? I was the same guy saying, guys, let's see what Hoyer can do against an average team or a bad team. Right now we're going up against elite defenses. So what you're saying is fair. Let's see what he can do against a bad team. I like that, Ryan. You got me on that one. That's cool. That's cool. But Stacks, man, let's talk about this defense today, man. Who did you think? Who are you most impressed with? It's gonna be hard to pick one. So if you give me a couple of guys that you were impressed with today during today's game on this defense, man.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Who is the new D lineman? 60.
Beautiful. 69.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes. He's the guy. He's the hungry, angry, aggressive player that we've been needing on that D line. It seems like Buckner gets double teamed, and then fucking Solomon, he just like follows the fundamental, but he still has an effectiveness. But nobody else, except for probably Eli Harold, comes in and plays aggressive and just like angry. Like there's no real spark. Like we have a great defensive line, but there's nobody that's like that real monster though that I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He showed up today. Like that's the guy. That's the spark we need. One of those gorillas, man. But who else? Eric Reed, he did decent at the middle linebacker position. He did better than what you would expect from a guy that little. And you saw they bench Rashad Robinson. The secondary played a lot better without Rashad Robinson.
Bro, Akello Witherspoon.
Yes, came in effective. He got burnt one time on that touchdown. And to be honest, that's the only real damn touchdown the defense gave before the game really went downhill. Before fucking halftime, that defense was phenomenal, except for that one hold that Dante Johnson got. And to be honest, I don't even think he really meant to hold. I think he just kind of like stumbled.
Yeah,
he was trying to regain the balance.
That was questionable. You talking about the play on Torrey Smith where he put his hands in his back?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was a bullshit call. Like I could see if he actually pushed him. Yeah, technically his hand touched his back, but it didn't affect what Torrey Smith was doing with or towards the ball at all. It was a bullshit call, man. It was
it wasn't an intentional grab. I think he just lost his footing a little bit. He was trying to gain balance.
Yep. You're absolutely right, man. That was a horrible call. I would have never made that.
Other than that, man, that first half, that defense was just like, wow, just looking great against a team that was stamped last week best damn offense in the league.
Yes. Yeah, everybody was on the job. You're absolutely right, man. That Monday night game, people were going crazy. Carson Wentz to God. Now, they did still hang 33 on us, but
it wasn't from Wentz.
Exactly.
It wasn't from Carson.
Exactly. Yep. You're absolutely right, man. It was that pick six helped them out. That stole a lot of the momentum. That changed the way we had the game plan after that. It was just a couple of things that, short field, the short field that they had early on in the game that got them their first touchdown. Little stuff like that. It wasn't that they were doing anything spectacular against us. It was just, little small things that were going on. But yo, like you said, Doozable, hell of a game. I don't know how long this dude's contract is, but let's give him some real money. I want to get him in here for real, for real. Ryan Hudson saying, I was surprised how many 3-and-outs before us. Hell yeah, man. And it was a good thing to see that we got 3-and-outs and there wasn't a corner who was willing to give it up on third down, you know what I mean, because of a holding play or a pass interference. I was hyped. And that's no knock on Rashard. Fuck it, yes it is. That's definitely a knock on Rashard.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you out your mind. If you ain't knocking them, I'm kicking this damn door down.
Yeah, man. I think Rashard needs to cool down a little bit. He'll get it together. Honestly, that young man has a lot of skill, and I'm not just one of these guys who was saying that because that's what we're supposed to be saying because he was supposed to be the #1 corner and all that stuff. I watched him and I watched how this young man play, and I'm very, very impressed with it. I think his reputation gets him calls. Referees are looking to throw flags on Rashard Robinson because you look around the league and you watch a lot of the other shit that's going on. These guys are doing a lot more than what Robinson is doing, and they're not getting called for half of the stuff. So those are the kind of but those are the kind of things that are killing me about Rashard Robinson. I think he's getting a bad shake, but I was very, very, very happy to see Akello Witherspoon finally get in there and do some work, man. I was thoroughly impressed with him today also. Like you said, Eric Reed playing at the linebacker position. There was never a time where I was like, man, he don't belong there.
Right.
You know?
He did a good job. He did a noticeably okay job.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I really like what I saw from him. There was a couple of other people, too, that I was, like, going crazy about today. And it was more defensive linemen, too.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Oh, my God. My mind is blanking, right? It wasn't Buckner. Oh, I hope Thomas is okay. Did you see that the hit that he took? The guy dropped all his weight in Thomas's chest.
Solomon Thomas?
Yeah. He's gonna be out for a while. This guy,
I saw him down, but I didn't see the actual injury.
Yeah, no, this dude like put all his weight, 300+ pounds, right in his chest, man, right in his chest. So he's gonna be down and out for a while. Hopefully we invested a lot in him. I hope that he can bounce back. I don't know if he's done for the season or not, but it's going to be something that's close and questionable. There was another defensive lineman that I was really impressed with, and I can't remember who the hell it was right now.
I think I know he's talking.
God, this is killing me.
He was 90 somebody. Was he 92? I think he was 92. Because I kept thinking it was Quentin Dow, and I was like, it's not Quentin Dow.
No. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now. You're right though.
I know it wasn't Quentin Dow, but like every time I would see 92, I would think Quentin Dow.
Yeah, you're right. It was definitely 92. Hold on, I got it right here. Pulling it up now. Oh no, 92 was Doozable. 92 was Doozable, but 69. Oh, McDaniel. Tony McDaniel was 69.
Daniel, there we go.
McDaniel made a couple of really good plays today. I was impressed with him as well. DJ Jones is out. Dakota Watson had a couple of good plays today. You know what I mean? Dayton Jones had a good play. The defense really, really came to play today, man. Like, one thing I hate about this defense, though, bro, what is Eli Harold's job on the 49ers? What does Eli Harold do for the 49ers? How do we benefit from having this man on the team? I just don't understand, you know?
Seriously?
Well, I don't know what Eli Harold does for this team.
He doesn't come in often, but when he does come in, he does make some sort of a play every game. And I'm not saying an impactful play. I'm saying he shows up.
Yeah, he's always pushing after the whistle. Like, bro, 3 games in a row, I've been screaming at my TV, Harold, stop, Harold, stop. Today they finally called him on it. They finally called him on it today, man. He does that shit every time he comes in, bro. It pisses me off. It really, really pisses me off. I can
understand how that can get to you. I understand that, but when he does come in, like, even despite that, the last few weeks, he comes in with that hunger that I be talking about, that we need that front seven. Like, he comes to that aggressiveness. He gets to the quarterback, even though he does do what you just said, but he comes up. He's just not not that killer like you want him to be.
Maybe I'm being a little too hard on him, man. But listen, I want to ask you this question. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I got company, I got family members that just came over and everything. I'm gonna wrap this one up. But and thank you also for joining me. I do appreciate it. Looking forward, man. Do you think the 49ers get 2 wins this year? Honestly.
Hold on, let me look at the roster again. Hold on. I mean, excuse me, schedule. I think next week would definitely show us something since we're going against the worst team and not the.
So we have. I'll tell you the teams that we have coming up, and you let me know if you think.
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
All right, let's see.
Why did I think we had a bye?
Arizona. We should be able to beat Arizona. We'll be lucky to beat. We should be able to beat the Giants as well. We have a chance with the Texans if the defense shows up because their defense is whack. And that's pretty much it, man. Because I'm telling you, man, that Jacksonville is going to kill our offensive line. Yep. It's possible we can beat the Rams. To me, anytime you're playing inside your division, I don't care if the team is great and the other team is worse. It's always a toss-up with the win. But let me see. Arizona, New York, possibly Chicago, but their defense been stepping up. Possibly Texas. Other than that, it's going to be a challenge.
Chicago don't have an offense still.
Now they don't have offense.
They don't have an offense. They only put up like 17 points against the Saints today.
Saints only put 17-12, and they had a chance at the end.
Yeah, but that pick, I mean, Chicago going Chicago, even with Trubisky in there. So I kind of like our chance against Chicago, but I don't know, man. It depends on if you're gonna hate me for saying this, man. It depends on if Beathard's still our quarterback. With Beathard in there right now, I give us a shot next week against the Cardinals. And again, that's not even that good because I think the Cardinals had a bye this week. They're going to be well rested and ready to rock. And I think the Cardinals defensive line is going to tear our offensive line up. You have to look at that now. Like if Joe Staley is missing significant time, if Trent Brown is out again, Zane Beadles, it don't matter what team we playing against. That dude is a turnstile, bro. Just run past him, take a ticket and go.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what Zane Beadles is going to do. He's going to get people killed. And that Cardinals defensive line is still got some guys over there, man. And so I don't know about the Cardinals. Maybe the Giants. We might have a shot against the Giants. Seahawks, hell no. They're going to destroy us with that defensive line. The Bears, maybe. The good news is we got a couple of weeks before we play the Bears. We can get a feel for how they are. But maybe the Bears. The Texans, no. That Texans offense is too explosive. We're not going to be able to go get in a shootout with them. They have good pieces on that Texans defense also. Well, at least pieces, not if you're looking at the score of the game right now. God, it's 21-21 in the first half? I'm sorry. And the Titans we might have a shot at beating. It depends on which Titan team shows up. The Titans are one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. You never know which Titans team is going to show up. The Jaguars, no. The Rams, no. Because that's the reason I say no for the Rams in particular is because it's going to be the end of the year, and that win is going to depend. It's going to probably have something to do with them getting a bye or playoff position. So that's why I'm saying no. The Rams, we're not going to beat them. So I see 1.5 possibles. That's it. I can't comfortably say that the Niners are going to win the game this year, man. It's crazy.
I'm gonna say this, man. I don't have faith with us in Santa Clara. For some reason, we don't play well at home.
Well, shit.
I see a Bears win quicker than I see probably a Cardinals win. Now you brought to my attention that they're coming off a bye. Like I see a Bears win a little bit better than a Cardinals win for some reason. Just I don't know why we just don't play well in Santa Clara.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, man. But we didn't get a lot of home games, man. We had to do a lot of traveling just to get home this year. So when we do go through a stretch where we have 3 games in a row at home, and that could come in to help. You know what I mean? That could benefit us a little bit, especially help out CJ Beathard because we got those 3 games in a row at home, right? Is it 3? Where is it? I know for the entire month.
Seahawks. Yeah, next 3 weeks gonna be
Giants, bye, Seahawks. Yeah. So the entire month of November, the 49ers are at home. It's going to be the first time we've had back-to-back home games. And forget it, all season. We haven't had a back-to-back home game. So even when we're at home, we're traveling to go home. You know what I mean? Like, it's just – this is going to be the first time we've had back-to-back home games. So We'll see. The
Man, I'm saying
Giant team will
since we
probably be our
moved to
best
Santa
shot.
Clara.
Huh?
I'm saying since we moved to Santa Clara, we haven't played well at home.
Oh, you going with the history. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
just
argue.
me. I think period.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. So we'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But again, Stacks, man, thanks for joining me. Give everybody your Twitter handle so they can give you a follow if you want. And we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Twitter handle is Slacks215, spelled the same way as my YouTube, SLACKZ. Just add 215, and you should be able to find me on Twitter. If you still can't find me, you can just go to the Nothing But Niners page. I just put a tweet there right before the stream started, and you can just find me there.
Yeah. And for everybody out there watching, again, this is Mike with Nothing But Niners. If you guys don't know already, we have a website, nothingbutniners.com. If this happens to be your first time watching one of these YouTube videos, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate that. Feel free to leave comments. We try to respond to every single comment left on our page, believe it or not. Another thing that you guys can do is check us out on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, and all that good stuff, SoundCloud. We have a podcast. We're going to get back on that. I promise you guys. We have a podcast. We have a website. We are on Facebook. Nothing But Niners fan page there. We are on Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, everything, man. Any kind of social media that exists, odds are Nothing But Niners is there. So you guys give us a follow. And the way Nick always signs us out is this. Above all else, especially right now, stay faithful. We out.
Yeah, tell them.